Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. Today's video, I just thought I would jump on here really quick to talk about organizing. I have spent the majority of the day trying to wheedle out or sort out some of my old curriculum, some of the books that I've kept for my students that I bought when they were younger and now they're too old for, and hand them off, either sell them on Facebook Marketplace or maybe give them as gifts to family that have younger children, or do I give them just to the thrift store? And some of the pitfalls that happen. So like all of those are organized with books that I have used that I'm keeping in case I use them in a later unit. They're all older books. There's some younger ones for like history and stuff. I don't know if I will use them, but I wanted to keep some of the ones like Middle Ages. I knew was hard for me to find books that were of a certain age for my girls. I've done a lot and my brain is kind of helter-skelter everywhere right now, which I thought, again, I wanted to share the realness of this. I'm just going to show you right now my table. So right now I'm in the middle of sorting out all of my, sorry, I'm going to be bumping you down a bit, but right now I'm in the middle of sorting out what units I'm going to do and putting the books that I've bought into the same group with the units that I've bought them for. And I wanted to talk about the dreaded, or the ode to, when you do this, when you buy the same book, because you bought this one probably for Africa many years ago, and you were like, I'm sure I have this book somewhere. I'm sure, but I don't remember what it looks like, and I don't remember where I put it because I have multiple places that I like. This shelf is filled with different books. There's even some on the floor, if you know what the Kallax book system is. They're everywhere, right? And I found it today, but I had already bought another one. I have probably done this 2 or 3 times in my homeschooling of 8 years. So I wanted to normalize that. I wanted to give you all permission to be like, I think I have that book, but I'm just going to buy it anyway. The amount of money that I have wasted, quote unquote, on getting 2 of the same book probably amounts to $100 total. Now, because I am of Dutch heritage, that drives me crazy. Because I'm like, I don't like wasting money. And I knew I had this book. Do you want to know where it was? Yeah, that's right. It's the last place that I looked. It was in my girls' bookshelf, but it was behind a whole bunch of other books. Any book that isn't directly theirs, they place in front of, they're done with it, and so then they move it onto that shelf, and this book was hiding back there. So I've decided I'm just going to keep the prettier one and give this one to the thrift store. But I just wanted to say, like, and I'm telling this to myself because my Dutch heritage is strong. I'm half Dutch, and I'm like, and I had to buy both of these brand new from Amazon or from some book outlet or whatever. I did give myself, I'm telling myself I have permission to waste $100 in the grand scheme of all the years that I've homeschooled. It's not a bad thing. So, out with the new and in with the other new. But yeah, because this is something that every single homeschool parent goes through when they're like, okay, we're getting rid of all of this stuff from last year and we're bringing in the new stuff. What do I keep? What do I not? What are my kids going to use in the future? That's why I tend to buy books that I know will reach out long term. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes with Darian, I can get a younger book and know I'll probably read it to him later when he's more interested in those things. We're doing more reading in this playroom, and so I might be able to do that. He might be more interested in that. The other thing that I've thought of is just, it's okay if your house looks like a mess for the day or 2 or 3 or week that it takes for you to organize all of the, like all of the things, right? And it's one of those things I've been bouncing back from, okay, I'm going to empty these boxes into the bins. And then at the same time, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have, and I'm falling over, I have a whole reading list for Inara's history that I need to sort out when she's supposed to read it, because I have her reading a whole bunch this summer. We're doing Knotgrass history. Again, she's used to a full course, and so I really want to make sure that I push, kind of, not in a mean and nasty way, but in the more we do now that you're used to doing a lot of things, the better it is, because then your last year can be more relaxed. I don't want to have happen that we don't work hard for the next couple of years or the next year and then end up like cramming in grade 12. I want her to be able to enjoy her grade 12 experience, not be panicked. And with this child in particular, her personality, I want us to do as many upfront credits, because in order to graduate officially from Alberta in Canada, she needs to get 100 credits in 3 years. I used to be really worried about that, but I'm really thankful that I've heard things like, if they're doing reading for history, you can have credits for language arts because they are reading, and get credit for history for those same hours that she is reading those history books. So anytime that you can like double up on stuff, that's awesome. But I was sitting here and I'm like going through and I'm like, okay, I told her she could read these 5 books for summer. And then I was sunny. And then I was like, oh shoot. I was like assigning different books, like for November, December, I was giving her the big long Tale of Two Cities. Now I'm sitting there going, oh my goodness, is she going to need those books read earlier? My thought was that if she read them and then once she got to them in the curriculum, then she could just reference back because she read it over the summer or whatever. And it's sunny there. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where I was like, so this all got halted while I suddenly was like, okay, where? And then I'm flipping through all of the books going, which one is the one that she needs? So it's okay if that week that you're like, I'm organizing this stuff, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to take me a day. And it doesn't. It's already 8 o'clock at night and I've gotten most of it done. But I just wanted to normalize this part of homeschooling for everyone, in case you're wondering, like, am I the only one that it just, like, my brain kaputs? Like, am I the only one of like, did I forget something? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm sure I bought this book. Why can I not find it? And then when you organize, you go, oh, there it is. Good thing I bought it again. So this is ode to buying the same book twice for your homeschool kids and being okay with it. I hope this video has been helpful. Just a sneak peek into my life as a homeschool mom, and I hope that it's brought you a bit of joy and a bit of normalization and a bit of, yep, I hear you, girl. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.